Hi everybody, here is Let's at 606. Let's play some poker Zoom NL2 on Pokerstars. Let's see how we run this time. On the bottom of the screen, as if you can see, I have some of my stats, so you can follow my progress through my session. So I think it's nice just to see the ups and downs. Let's try to give you an idea. So here there's nothing for us, so we're going to fold. Here this guy might fold for a raise. Seems to be a bit passive. We don't have much as I thought he folded. I don't like to play this kind of hands to begin with. I like to establish my table appearance, my table image, before I play some more shady hands, let's say that way. Let's try to set mine here with sevens. Didn't work. This guy seems he wants to fold as well, being pretty passive. Let's give it a stab. Try to raise with pocket sevens to see we get a fold. Things are going well so far. Let's try to win the blinds here on this side. Some of my hands I don't play. I play quite by instinct, so sometimes I don't play the same hands the same way. It's just how I feel them. Here I flop top set, good kicker, but it's a very juicy hand. Let's see one more street. This is not totally terrible. Let's give it a stab just to see where he stands, and he folds again. Good. Against two players I don't recommend stabbing too much, but they've been pretty passive. This guy must be in some kind of a draw. Now we have two pair. Ardley has a better hand than ours, unless he has a set and he disguised it very well. It's a good idea to block the 4-bet from the blinds with a little raise with the aces, and we got our top pair over there. On this side he seems very passive, so we can try to give him a little stab to see let the hand go. And a normal raise, because it's very juicy. We don't want any draws to arrive where they want to be. This guy is calling too much, so it seems that he has some kind of hand. We don't need to carry on. It was not some kind of hand, but was good hand. On this side we have aces. It's a pretty hand. It doesn't get any prettier than this. I'm going to carry on, and we got some action. Some action over there. He's probably going to fold to a raise, but it's easy money anyway, without getting in trouble. Oh wow, this is good. This is good. Try to raise again with kings. So typical. Let's see if our hands hold, our aces hold, and they do. So it's quite kind of nice to begin with. Let's carry on, see if we can have some more of this type of donations done to us. This is pretty passive, so we can try to make some kind of movement here. It's a very drawy hand we have. We can hit it in some very ways, like we just did. We have something here. Let's see if he gets. Okay, we have something, and he folds. Alright, easy money. Let's carry on what we're doing again. I'm pretty concerned about another pair. Tens, well, it seems to be passive, so we just check it out, and okay, fine. Again, we're making money. That's the purpose. What you have to be looking after is not to make big mistakes. We can afford little mistakes here and there, but the big mistakes are the ones that really hurt us. We should punish the limpers. They're limping a lot. Not a great flop with 2 players. They probably set mining here, and this is too juicy for us. But let's give it another go. Okay. Let's see if they want to carry on playing this end. We can project that we have a pair and they fold. Yes, that's exactly the idea. Well, this is too weak to carry on, so let's fold this one. I'm going to try to do a half an hour video here, just with a quick explanation how I play NL2 Zoom. Sometimes with good success, sometimes with less success or complete failure. If you guys see anything wrong with my play and you want to comment, please help yourself. I'm always eager to hear people's opinions and learn from them. Let's see. At this moment we're doing very well because of that aces, so we shouldn't be too proud of ourselves. Aces play themselves basically. Here I have a very drawy hand, so we can afford to make a stab at the pot and probably draw out on the river, which we didn't. So in this case, I'm not going to carry on. I'm going to save my money to a better position, and we still win. Somehow we still win. Some weak hands that we shouldn't be playing unless we're in some kind of tournament and we deep and we need to make some quick buck. Otherwise, here in cash, there is no really big reason to keep going. This type of hands. This is the type of flop I would like here on the bottom. Didn't happen. Let's see if we have some chance to hit something. Nope. Okay, we fold. Drawing to a 2-outer is generally not very profitable in the long run. It makes some money when you actually hit, but you hit it about once after 50 hands, so might as well let it go. Let's start the spot. This is a 3-bet, too weak to go after it. Let's stab it. It's been very passive, this guy, so we might fold to our raise. Here okay. Let's carry on. Now we have something to think about here. If he checks, we're going to give it a little stab. Again, set manning with the 5s and trying to win the blind with his king. Here, fold the 7-5s. No really concern there. And we got 3-bet over there. Okay, let's see what the flop brings, and we hit our ace, which is good. He's in trouble now. Hopefully he doesn't draw some kind of jacks or queens or something like that and draw out on us. And it's starting to look like not a great hand for us, even though we shouldn't have spades. He shouldn't be carrying spades, so he should probably have some kind of ace there. Ace queen probably. Let's see. Ace queen, exactly. Ace queen, and we keep making some good money. We're making 83 blinds. Ooh, this was a mistake. I shouldn't have called these pocket 7s over there, but I was oh, got lucky. We just got lucky. I wasn't paying enough attention. let's see how it works out. There's a big chance that somebody has pocket jacks in this situation, or even pocket tens, but they fold. Okay, this was a lucky stab. I shouldn't have called there, even though we won some money. It wasn't a good idea. So our pocket 3 ace king. Let's carry on with ace king. It's always good to aim at winning the blinds. Keeps you going. It doesn't get to the point where you feel like you're losing all the time and there's a downward spiral in your bankroll. So aiming to win blinds, the blinds here and there, it's always a good idea. So I'm going to try to I don't want any action from this guy here, so I'm going to 3-bet high, and if I get what's on the pot, I'll be happy, as it is. It can be aces, kings and queens on the flop, and it cuts our action. So winning the blinds and from the small blind, it's generally a good idea. Aces again. We're on a roll. Let's raise. If we've been showing too difficult to play against, they will fold a lot. That's why sometimes you can put a bluff to be caught, small bluff, not too expensive, just to be caught, so they can see that you can actually pull some bluffs, and that will actually prime them to call when you have aces or kings or something like that, to give you action when this ends, because they are the profitable ones sometimes. Good. We carry on against 2. This is something we don't really want to carry on. Okay, we might be ahead here, but let's do a little stab. Aces again. Let's see if we get some action. I don't like the limp. When they limp, they're basically set mining. But I have the ace of spades, and now the board just doubled. And okay. This is not that fantastic for us, but it was a stab. Probably that's what it is. But if I raise, you might shove all in, and then I have to fold a big hand. So okay, that was a bluff. And here it's so juicy, I might not double on this board, and might as well win a small pot than lose a big one. Okay, 3-bet with a smallish hand, let it go. It's actually good for them to be habituated of doing these actions against you, because once in a while you're going to have a big hand and you're going to put some pressure on them, and they will not know how to respond to that most of the time. Actually, we're doing quite well. 70 blinds per 100, as you can see here on the graph. 67 in this case. Anything above 10 is great. Everything above 10 is fantastic. So we're doing well. That's all I can say at this moment. People are folding to us, and whenever they fold, is like printing money. We should be priming them to fold as much as possible, and when they don't, we know they have a big hand. It makes the poker much easier than always guessing and guessing. We might have the best hand here. Any king should already be... This guy is a bit slippery, so let's see what he has to say when I raise. If he gives us action, I wasn't expecting action from this guy. I was expecting from this, and he might not have that king with we're talking about, but it's doesn't pay to go any further with this. And then okay, another hand that we pocket. Here we are on a good draw, not a great draw. We actually drawing to a hand that might be second best. So we don't want to go overboard with this, even though we have a flush. There's like 10 flushes ahead of ours. So this is a very drawy. They're giving all the odds for us to hit our jack, and we hit a king, which is not too bad as well, but not the greatest that we could have. This guy has not much money, so he might. Oh, I don't like this kind of hands. I think this is too weak. If I had another diamond, I would probably go forward, but doesn't pay. Let's see. This is a pure bluff, and we're probably going to get called. But that's all there is to do over there. Nothing else. If he calls, he calls. If he raises, we fold. That's exactly it, and it makes a crazy call over there. That's crazy. But again, with 3 stacks on his side, he could afford to make that call with the 4th pair or something like that. Okay, let's see if we get action with our aces. We are not getting. We got actions on our first aces, and then we didn't get any more action. So we need to perhaps try to set mind the aces here and there to see if we get some money out of them, because they're not being necessarily profitable. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, just have a small look here, and we have 5 aces and just 1 win. Everybody folds to our aces, so this is nothing to keep playing with. We set money with the pocket 8s, and we hit our pocket aces. And let's see, against 2, somebody might have something that they are interested in playing against us. And let's see if they put some more money in. So we're probably going to check raise them or something. Okay. We're losing to pocket 9s here. Need to pay attention that we're losing to pocket 9s here. Now we got the straight on that side. So let's see if he folds this hand, because we don't want a heart or a spade to hit in the river and kills our gains. And he folded. Okay. We are also losing here to king queen, which is a shame. And he goes all in, and then, well, that's it. Okay, fine, fair enough. We have no game to be here, and this is actually very bad for us. He just called our bet. He must be in a draw. If he was in a draw, he might have hit that draw. Now a 7 is winning as well, so it doesn't raise, so we don't put more money on the pot. That would have been a mistake. Again, we're running well. We're keeping our 60 big blinds per 100 rate, which is great. About 10 euros an hour, which is fantastic for this level. Obviously, for this level, it's a good amount of money, and we're carrying on playing the same way we've been, trying to avoid bad spots, big pots, chewing on small pots here and there whenever we can. We don't have anything for now, but it's very drawy. He might not want to mess with us in this position. If he does, we still have plenty of outs. Again, aces. Let's see if we get some kind of hand here. It's fine. We don't, again, with a raise like that, they're probably not going to mess with us, but it's again, like I mentioned, it's better to win a small pot than lose a big one, and we never know. If you had played it differently, you can leave the comments underneath. I'll be happy to read them. Again, I'm not a pro, I'm not a teacher, I'm just a guy that likes to play, likes to have fun on the tables, and particularly if I'm making some money, it's even better. This is a tough game, and sometimes it can be heartbreaking. The swings are so big that we don't need any more grievance on our game, so I try to play a low variance system. Some people are against it. Some people say that you should play a high variance system because that's where you have the most winnings. I kinda agree, I understand what they mean, but emotionally it's very tough to live that life. You need to have a big bankroll to sustain the ups and downs of that system. So I generally play a bit more conservative. I would rather make less money and be happy about myself than have a big swing that sometimes is not even my fault, and then second guess and try to change stuff that doesn't need to be changed. So here we might be losing for to a 9 or a better king. Now with this bet it doesn't seem like it, so we give it a call, and yes, we winning to a worse king. Okay, now we have top pair. This is a very drawy hand, so we might, okay, every time they let go it's fine for us. This is very drawy, so I don't know if we're going to double the board or not, so I would like to win the pot right away, which we did. Again, another very drawy, but this guy has a lot of chips, so he might play some tricks on us, and I really don't want to be overplayed somewhere, and I'll carry on unless the board, it doesn't seem to be having any ace or anything worthwhile, but I don't need, like I said, I don't need to get shoved on and then having to let go of my hand. So I'll take what's on the table and I'll run with it. Again, this is typical for set miner, pocket 8 or something like that, and I'm going to play this a bit slower. Okay, he didn't want to. I want these guys to fold here. Now I'm going to stab. Most people just give up on the river. I don't know why, but that's what they do. So this typical situation, it's better to check the flop and bet on the turn, and they might let it go. This sounds like some kind of draw, but it doesn't look like a set unless he has pocket 6 or something. That it happened. Okay, he didn't have anything. He doesn't seem to have an ace. Okay, now he made a play on us, and fair enough, you can have that. Kings, we don't want to go overboard because a big portion of the time we get action with kings, we'll find ourselves against aces a big portion of the time, even though you need to learn who you're playing against. I have this ace, so you might not be interested in carry on in this position. I'm going to raise again, and we got a call. Hopefully this guy could hit a set as well. It would be good if he hit a set. Now we're losing to pocket 8s and pocket 10s. I'm not really afraid of those, especially because he doesn't have a big hand. I should be ahead most of the time. well, he was just stabbing as a bluff, and I make a bit more money. So good, this session is working quite well. I'm not sure if you guys are inspiring me, but probably you are, so thank you very much. Again, I have two outs here. This is just a stab. He might not have an ace, but he might have tens or nines or something like that, and he's still ahead, so might as well fold. No reason to spend more money on a shady hand like that. So we carry on what we're doing, and we're going to play for another 5 minutes, and then we call it for the day, hopefully with a good rate, which we are kind of holding to, not making crazy mistakes. Got ourselves in difficult positions. There are some people that say mistakes is what other people make. That's the best GTO system I've ever heard. You simply don't make mistakes. You identify mistakes and you avoid them. Don't put yourself in a position where you can make a mistake. That's good, I think. It's not easy, do it all the time. You have your ups and downs, but generally it's a good idea. Okay, this guy seems he wants to fold, so we'll be happy with it. Now we hit our set. Let's see if it's a set as well. Now it's getting juicy, and we can pretty much stop this idea right there. Okay, fair enough. Let's see, he didn't want to carry on. All right, perhaps this hand perhaps we'll let some value on the table. If we raised him or something, he might have put some more money on the table, but he didn't. We didn't get ourselves to that. You see, he had jacks or something. That ace was actually a bad card for us. Kill the action. Okay, let's carry on. Again, fives. Ooh. Okay, so we don't need to call this position. This guy seems to be a very good player, an extremely good player. So he's probably doing this with a higher pair or some drawy hand that we might be 60-40 or 55-45, something like that. So we don't really need to chase this one. I would like this guy off this end, and that's why I'm going to raise it, because I want this guy off this end. I'm not really afraid of somebody that is holding 30 big blinds behind, but we got action from this guy. This is actually not great. It's got a bit better now, but if he has a set, we're still behind. So this is the type of situation that we should avoid as much as possible. Okay, he wants to press. We still with some outs. Let's see what he wants. Here we might be ahead. This is not a great raise, and he has nines. Oh, we have the same hand. All right, good. It's not great. We both lost. This is, some people call this a tie. It's not a tie. The rake will chew on our pot, so we got less than we began with. Anyway, it's better than a full loss. Okay, let's see if he wants to let this one go. And this one, yes, the advantage of the position, so it's not great. He doesn't seem to want to carry on, so now we can give him a little stab. This is a tie unless he has a bigger pair, so we don't need to put any more money on the pot for the same reasons I just gave a bit ago. So, and that's it. Let's close our tables and see what we got out of our half an hour session. Playing it until the end, and fine, we're doing well. Oh, kings. Let's see what the flop brings. This is not great. We got a raise over there. And I don't really like to give a call because this guy will try something crazy. Now we got is he going to call? Is it going to call? I don't want him to call to withdraw. And that's more money. We could have actually waited for him to raise, but it's so drawy. I would rather have some money in the pocket than risk what I already won. So I can live with it. We finished our session with our rate of 57 big blinds for 100, a total of €6.65, averaging €11 per hour, which is not bad considering we're playing NL2. And I have some stats here: 20% of VPIP, pre-flop raise of 14.6, and a 3-bet of 3.2. It was actually my numbers, but they can be a bit above these numbers here sometimes when you want to hustle a bit more. So thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you next time.